Welcome to this week's Open the Book. We hope you're enjoying the gradual easing of lockdown. We're very excited to be getting closer to coming into school, to see you all again. But we also hope you've enjoyed hearing these stories and watching them online. In today's story, we meet up with Jeremiah again. If you thought he was in trouble last week with the king, just wait and see about this week. In today's story, God's prophet is stuck at the bottom of a deep well. A well is a special hole in the ground full of water for people to drink and cook with. But luckily, this particular well was dry and God's prophet had only creepy crawlies for company. I wonder what he was doing there. Let's open the book at the story called Down in the Well.
Down in the well. Deep down in the well, deep down in the very bottom of the well, there was no water. But down in the well, deep down in the well, deep down in the very bottom of the well, there were spiders and slugs and slithering snakes and the prophet Jeremiah. What was he doing down in the well? Deep down in the very bottom of the well. He was waiting, that's what, and wondering, and wishing for someone to pull him out. God had whispered in the prophet's ear, you see, and Jeremiah had passed the message on to the king.
Change your ways. Do what is right, or I will let your enemies, the Babylonians, conquer your country and turn your people into slaves.
The king did not want to hear this message, and he didn't want anyone else to hear it either. So he had God's messenger, poor Jeremiah, dropped down in the well, deep down in the well, deep down in the very bottom of the well. It was dark down there, too dark for Jeremiah to see. But it wasn't too dark for God. He saw Jeremiah brush a spider off his face. He watched as the snake slithered closer. And then God did something. He whispered into the ear of one of the king's servants, a man called Ebed-Melech. And he told him to go and fetch his dirty laundry. Down in the well, deep down in the well, deep down to the very bottom of the well, dropped Ebed-Melech's laundry. And it landed right on Jeremiah's head.
Hey, what's this? What's happening?
My clothes. Everything but what I'm wearing on my back. I've tied them together like a rope. Now wrap them round you quickly and I will pull you out.
And so, more determined than ever to pass on God's message, the prophet rose up from the well, right up from the well, right up from the very bottom of the well.
Poor Jeremiah. It wasn't easy being a prophet in those days, telling the truth when the king didn't want to listen. It's still difficult today to speak out when our friends want to do things which are silly or wrong, isn't it? Think about a time when you've had to be brave and speak out, even though you knew your friends weren't going to like it. And now I'm going to say a prayer. And if you want to make it your prayer, say Amen at the end. Dear God, please give us the courage to stick to what we know is right, even when other people disagree or make fun of us. Help us always to speak the truth. Amen.
Amen.